Good day, everyone. It's Tuesday, September 30th. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Benjamin Escobar, an HCCTV production specialist, with my co host, Daniel Scholl. He's an HCC financial coach who, before he tells us where to find us, Daniel, how are you? First of all, how are you doing?
Great, thank you. How are you doing this morning?
Good, good. How long has it been since you've hosted Up to the Minute, or is this the first time?
No, it's been a minute since I've been,
Okay, it's been a minute.
but I'm glad to be back.
Awesome. Well, share with us how people can find us on social media and online.
Absolutely. We are live on Houston City College's district Facebook page, not HCC. We're also on YouTube. You can also find us on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Make sure you like this episode and follow us on social media.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Today for Tasty Tuesday, we visit with a couple that merged not only their lives, but several cuisines and made a mark on Houston's thriving pop-up food scene. We have Miriam Leak Miera and Mike Hartley of Yuma HTX. Um, how are y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Very good.
Awesome. We're very excited to talk to you about that fusion, and we'll be with you in about 10 minutes. But first, we welcome Dr. Genevieve Stevens, who's here in the studio with me. She is the Associate Chair for Psychology at HCC. Welcome to the show, Dr. Genevieve.
I am excited to be here. Thank you.
We're excited to have you here. So just give us a brief introduction on the psychology program here at HCC.
Well, we're very proud of our program because, first of all, we've taken it from obviously everybody had to pivot, as they like to say, during the pandemic, and that really led us to having really all of our offerings online,
Okay.
which is we're very proud of that because we offer hybrid courses, we offer in-person courses, totally on campus. But a lot of people, like for the working student, the student that has to juggle a lot of different responsibilities. We're very excited to have this and offer really a degree plan under the sciences. So we're happy about that. So we've done that, but we have, and what we're real proud of is this notion of student engagement and that increases our retention.
Yes.
So I'd kind of like to talk to you a little bit about that when you're ready.
Yeah. We'll ask you that question. If I don't ask you, you just go ahead and tell me, all right?
Go on. And I have to say we're real proud of this because we have a lot of student clubs.
Okay.
And that, of course, helps student engagement and retention. They feel like they belong.
Of course, yes.
And so we have Psi Kappa. We have several of them on we have them on about 4 main campuses.
Okay.
We also have our Psi Kappa online.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a big deal. And we started this last year because, again, going back to the working student who says, I can't belong to a club, I don't have time, I'm not there, I have to work. Well, they're there, and it is a massive amount of people that are on the Psi Kappa online. Now, Psi Kappa is a service organization. It's not necessarily just psychology. Anybody can join.
Okay.
But we do functions and service activities that help our students get out there in the community.
Awesome.
And do, really pro-social things. And
for example, I mean, tell us one
example,
of them.
a food drive. We had a big food.
Okay, awesome.
Katie, a clothes drive.
Okay.
We will set up movie night, which is not necessarily pro-social, but it brings
yeah,
people
it brings people together. Yeah.
Fit with like Halloween. We're going to be doing something like that. But it gives people a chance, like if they want to bring a guest or whatever, they can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that going on. We also have and are very proud of our Psi Beta.
Okay.
Now, Psi Beta is our National Honor Society in psychology for community colleges. So we're happy to have that, and you have to be a scholar at a 3.5 GPA.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But hey, we do that, and people go right into their 4-year university. They put that on their resume.
Yeah.
That's something I want to mention too. I ask all of our faculty who work with students.
Okay.
You've got to show them how to put this on their resume.
Yes. It's very important. People look at that stuff, and it's very important to put that on there.
You are so right. So we do that. Now, we start this in October, and we do this every October, and we're going to do it again in February, and that is our I Am Psyched. Sounds like a little bit like Halloween right there. And we go to main campuses. We promote our program. We hand out candy and Coca-Cola. We eat our share. And we just have all our materials, all our clubs. Our faculty are there.
Okay.
We visit with students. We do it again in the spring at other campuses. Again, we just make the round robin. And then we also have in the spring, and these are our 2 annual events.
Okay.
One is navigating the educational obstacle course, and we do that at Northline.
Okay.
And during the pandemic, we did it online, but by popular demand, we're back there in person. And the last thing that we do that I'm very proud of, particularly, is we have the HCC Virtual Psychology Transfer and Career Fair.
Okay. So there's what I wanted to ask actually. One question was, what about the online students? Which you said some of it, but you do have virtual things, right, for those students?
We certainly do. And the reason that whole thing on the virtual transfer and career fair is that we do have university partners that we've cultivated that have psychology programs that our folks can transfer into seamlessly.
And which ones are some of those? Because I know we have viewers. It might be a student who's interested in the psychology program. What are some of those that transfer over to
U of HD?
Okay.
U of H system.
Okay.
U of H Victoria, which is now
part of
Texas A&M system.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure the whole name. I guess I'll know soon.
Yeah.
And but we have, because it's really important. Say, for example, out at our Katy campus.
Okay.
They have a satellite campus there.
So
our students can go to HCC, get their undergrad from U of H Victoria or wherever.
Yeah.
And then they can even get a master's there.
Wow.
In psychology, that can be an important role depending on what you want to do.
Of course.
Sam Houston.
Oh, wow.
Texas Southern, Houston Christian. And so we're very proud of these transfer partners.
So what would you say necessarily for those folks? Like I said, we have students who are even in high school, maybe they might be watching or the parents are watching.
Sure.
And, they want to kind of pique that interest. What does that entail, having a psychology degree at the end of it all?
Well, for me, I think it is one of the best soft skill degree that you can get initially.
Okay.
Because every major requires at least one psychology course.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you don't know how to interact with people, if you don't know how to communicate with people, if you don't know how to handle conflict, if you don't know how to increase your own self-esteem, you're not going to be successful at work. And you got to be successful in the world of work.
We want that. We want that in the
absolutely.
And like you were also mentioning, it even starts from doing the resume.
Yes,
going through those interviews and being a good communicator and even advocating for yourself. You got to put yourself out there, right?
Everybody wants a raise. And we try to show people how to communicate better and to do it in a way where the person is going to want to listen. And also conflict management. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
That's one good reason. That's one good reason.
So right now the psychology program here, it's a 2-year program, and it can transfer over to a 4-year university. You said that it can do a master's. One day we'll hope. We are a 4-year institution. Maybe one day we could even do it all here, right?
I would be ready. I'm ready for the challenge. Just somebody tell me. I'll show up.
Yeah. And so what are some of these upcoming events that are going to be recent, maybe like within the coming month or something like that you can share with us?
Okay. So for October, we have October 8th, 15th, and 22nd. Those are the 3 I am psyched. The 8th will be at Northline. The 15th will be at Central College. And the 22nd will be at Eastside.
Okay.
So
and are those some of those the ones that online students can join?
Anybody can come.
Okay.
They can come, and online in particular for others.
Okay.
But we're always going to advertise them. So thank you so much.
Of course. No, thank you, Dr. Genevieve Stevens, Associate Chair of Psychology. And we'll have all of your info on our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here. And after a quick commercial break, Daniel will be back with our Tasty Tuesday guest. So stay tuned.
Why wait on your dream job? At Houston Community College, tuition is only $33 per credit hour, with flexible schedules, over 100 programs, and campuses across Houston. HCC makes it easy and affordable. Your future for less. Houston Community College. Move your future forward.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
And welcome back to Up to the Minute. We are joined by our Tasty Tuesday guest, Miriam Leek Mira, and Mike Hartley of Yuma HTX. Welcome in. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Cool weather this morning, always nice. And we're thrilled that y'all are here. I'm excited to hear more about your restaurant. Now I understand that y'all are a married couple. How did y'all meet and decide to start Yuma HTX?
So we actually met. We were working together at a restaurant here in Houston, Brasserie 19. Mike was the chef. I was working in the front of house. And as these things happen, romance blossomed. Aww. And we left eventually, moved in together and decided we wanted to start something together. We weren't really quite sure what. We knew a restaurant was the goal, but we didn't know if maybe we should take a few steps before restaurant. So we opened a bakery.
Oh, okay.
And from there, we started kind of doing the pop-ups, the farmers market world. And yeah, eventually Yuma kind of came about. I'll let Mike tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we were kind of doing the local farmers market circuit, and basically another vendor approached us about wanting to get some Cuban style bread because she wanted to start a Cuban sandwichera. Like we're full go in making sourdoughs and focaccias and all sorts of other breads. And I researched the recipe a little bit and was like, oh yeah, I think we can do that. And, then we started making the Cuban style bread for her. And she was asking us about, the various things and kind of prodding us for our expertise in the restaurant industry, and it grew into a partnership, and then kind of grew into us taking on more and more responsibility. She's from the tech world, we're from the restaurant world, so it kind of blossomed into that.
Yeah, that's exciting. So I mean, very organic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell me more about your concept here at Yuma HTX.
So, I mean, obviously it starts with the Cuban roots, right? The Cubano sandwich. At its core, meat, cheese, some condiments, and then pressed Cuban bread, right? The pressed Cuban bread is kind of what makes it so special in our eyes. So we took the idea of a sandwich, that template, right? And infused it with things with our heritages, what inspires us, what we like to eat. So obviously our signature sandwich would be the Cubano, it's what everyone recognizes. But then we have a sandwich called the El Penny. It's a Cubano banh mi fusion sandwich. Now that's inspired by our partner, the Cuban who approached us. By her niece, who's half Cuban, half Vietnamese. And we were like, how can we make this fun? And of course her name is Penelope, hence the name El Penny. My family's from Brazil, so we bring a lot of Brazilian cuisine into it, a lot of inspiration from there. And there's a lot of synchronicity between Cuban and Brazilian cuisine. We could go into the history of food, right? And how that came about, but that would be a long conversation. So I'll just leave it at this. There's a lot of similarities. And so we like to play with that and have fun with it, kind of introduce people to new cuisines, new dishes, but in a very familiar form, the sandwich.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We do.
So, okay. So is it basically just sandwiches? I don't mean just sandwiches, but is that your focus? Is that mostly what's on your menu?
Yes. So right now, when we're doing these pop-ups, we're just doing sandwiches, and then we do have some sides. The sides are also just kind of like traditional street foods, finger foods. Hopefully soon we'll be announcing a brick and mortar space. Once we're in a brick and mortar space, The concept will obviously still be rooted in amazing scratch-made food because we're doing everything from scratch, obviously baking the bread ourselves, all of that. But we'll also have like a really fun, exciting bar element. So then it might be a bar with really good sandwiches, you know?
Yeah, no, that sounds exciting. So let's talk about that. Everything's made from scratch, but I also understand that everything is locally sourced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as much as possible, right? We have some wonderful farmers. Being from the farmers market circuit, we know a lot of these people and they're really good friends of ours. And of course, you want to help the microeconomy first before going elsewhere. So yeah, we source from the farmers we know. We source from the ranchers we know as much as possible. And then of course we have these kind of authentic ingredients that can't be locally sourced because they're not from here, right? And so then we go to the local markets first to source those. So it's been really exciting to create that network as well. Help us helping them helping us, and also just kind of putting everyone on a platform to be spotlighted.
No, I think that's incredibly important. And I don't mean to crack on the food services, right? But you see those big 18-wheelers parked outside of a restaurant. It's not necessarily the most fresh, exciting ingredients you're going to get. Y'all are really sounds like you're putting a lot of effort and dedication, making sure that things are not just benefiting y'all, but also benefiting the community.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't tell you when I drive by one of my favorite restaurants and I see a Cisco truck outside and I say, man, I hope it's just their plastic items you're getting from them,
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go you please.
I was just this one, I'll let each of y'all answer this. What's your favorite sandwich on the menu?
Right.
I get asked this all the time whenever we're vending, and my kind of standard answer is it kind of depends on the day. But I don't. Lately, my favorite, and it's probably because it's the one that we've introduced most recently, is the Sampagallo, which is it's our chicken sandwich. It has catupiry, which is like a Brazilian cream cheese, Gruyere, and then we take whole chickens, roast them, pull the meat, and put them in like a spicy tomato sauce, and then season it with some herbs. It's really tasty. I've really been enjoying it a lot lately, so probably too much, but
because that sounds delicious. Mary, what about yours?
So actually, I was probably going to say that too, because like he said, it's been what we've been working with the most recently. But I'll say the vegan sandwich on our menu. It's called the El Jardín. It has fried plantains, sofrito, mustard greens. It's super flavorful and brings a lot of the Cuban culture into it, and just how fun it is and colorful, and just it's a wonderful sandwich too.
Sounds great. Real quick, you're currently a pop-up. Tell us how people can find you.
All right, so we do tons of stuff all around town. The easiest way to really find out what we're doing is to follow us on Instagram at Yuma, Yuma HTX. However, we are always at Catbird's Bar in Montrose on Westheimer on Wednesdays. We're always at Axelrad on Thursdays. On Sundays, we alternate between the Rice Village Farmers Market and the Heights Mercantile Farmers Market because those alternate Sundays. Other than that, fun pop-ups. We got Oktoberfest this month. We got Buffalo Bayou Mural Festival. Lots of great things.
Sounds great. Thank you all both for coming in today and being our Tasty Tuesday guests. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Benji and I are going to return with some news and announcements.
¿Por qué esperar para el trabajo de tus sueños? En Houston Community College, la colegiatura es de solo $33 por hora de crédito. Con horarios flexibles y campus en todo Houston, inscribirse en HCC es fácil y accesible. Houston Community College.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. We think the Tooth Fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Our individual voices are powerful,
But not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
All right, now we have some news and announcements for you. We're starting off with Hispanic Leaders in Action at Northwest campuses. Faculty, staff, and students are invited to attend this special event at the Katy campus to learn more about Hispanic leaders. This will take place Tuesday, September 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the HCC Katy campus. So check out our post after the show for more info. And Daniel, I know we have the prisoner experience coming up, right?
Yeah, it's part of our Southeast, I guess it's the Southeast Art Exhibit, the Prisoner Experience, very exciting. HCC students have actually received a grant from the Library of Congress to explore connections between the historic Sugarland 95 convict labor grave and contemporary mass incarceration. Their work includes digital collections, photographs, audio recordings, and documents. There's going to be an artist reception on Thursday, October 2nd at 5 p.m., and this exhibition runs through October 24th at the Eastside Wedge Space. Again, check our post after the show for more information.
Yes, and next up we have a food scholarship program at A-Leaf Bissonnet. HCC and Houston Food Bank are continuing their food scholarship program, offering free groceries such as fresh produce, protein, canned goods, and more. This will take place Thursday, October the 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the A-Leaf Bissonnet campus. No registration is needed, but come early. And also bring your ID and grocery bags, and check out our post after the show for more info on that. Next up, we have ways to cover costs for this fall.
Yeah, did you know there's still time to find financial help for fall of 2025? Students can set themselves up for success by exploring financial aid options from grants and scholarships to loans and work-study programs. Check our post after the show for more registration info.
All right, next, be well wherever you are. Connect with EAP. Being proactive and asking for help is essential to manage stress and anxiety, to balance work and life, to get support in our relationships, and for financial and legal wellness. Challenges in one of those areas can ripple into others. So, HCC offers support through its partnership with the UTEAP. So, check out our post after the show for more registration info. And finally, fall registration continues.
Yeah, tying in there with your financial aid options. It's not too late to register for fall classes. We have Second Start coming up. HCC classes are offered in a variety of programs, semester lengths and modalities. You can do online anytime. You can do online on a schedule. You can do hybrid, which is going to be both face-to-face and some virtual meetings. We have 100% in person, and we also offer hybrid labs. To learn more about all of our HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Coming up for Tasty Tuesday, we'll spotlight a pop-up. Well, actually, we just did that. I'm reading the wrong thing here. But we'll spotlight HCC Central President Dr. Butch Harrod and his wife, Senior Network Analyst Kathy Harrod, who will be here to discuss their HCC Foundation donation of, hear this, $25,000 for student scholarships. I mean, how could you say that you love this college more than that, right?
No, I think that's an amazing testimony to the dedication that they have here to HCC.
Awesome. Yeah. So also stay with us on your Facebook feed on weekday mornings, and make sure you like this episode and follow us on social media. Daniel, again, thank you so much for co-hosting with me today. I think we did a good job, right?
I think we did a great job, as always. And yeah, thanks for having me on. Anytime. I'm always here to help.
Of course. We're definitely going to have to check out that Yuma place, right?
100%.
Sounds good stuff. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.